Imagine this: one day, your heartbeat stops, your body rests, your name is carved into stone. But online, your voice is still speaking, your face is still smiling, and your thoughts keep posting as if you never left. What if your mind could live forever online, but not under your control? This is no longer the realm of science fiction. This is the psychology of digital immortality, where algorithms, memory uploads, and digital clones could outlive us, changing not only who we are, but who owns us. Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you will realize life after death might not be in heaven or in reincarnation, but in the server room humming in silence. And you may not even get to choose what happens to your soul. And listen, before we deep dive, hit that subscribe button right now. Not because I told you, but because the future unfolding here will shape every decision you make about your identity, your legacy, and your freedom. Subscribing keeps you informed before the algorithm decide for you. Now, let's begin. Moving with first one, the eternal dream of humanity. Humans have always craved immortality. Ancient kings built pyramids to last forever. Philosophers searched for elixirs and philosophers' stones. Religions promised heaven, nirvana, or reincarnation. Why? Because the human mind cannot accept the void. Our brains are wired with what psychologists call terror management theory. It means we cope with death by building systems of meaning that promise continuity, whether through children, achievement, or beliefs in an afterlife. But today, we are building a new continuity, not spiritual, not biological, but digital. Think about your phone. Inside it is a diary of your life: photos, chats, voice notes, late night searches, unfinished drafts. These fragments form your digital self, a version of you that is growing more detailed every day. And here's the shocking truth for you: that version of you will not die when you do. It will linger after you are gone, waiting for algorithms to stitch it back into a ghost of your consciousness. That's the seed of digital immortality. Moving with next one, the science of memory and mind uploads. Let's talk about how this works. Neuroscience shows your brain is a network of 86 billion neurons firing in complex patterns. Every thought, every emotion, every memory is an electric storm in your skull. Tech companies are racing to map these storms. Brain computer interfaces like Neuralink are designed to record and decode your neural activity. At first, they are marketed for medical miracles, curing paralysis, restoring vision, but make no mistake, the end game is uploading minds. Imagine wearing a device that tracks every thought you form, every memory directly recorded, every dream captured. From there, it's simple: transfer those memories into the cloud, build an algorithm that predicts your reactions, then let AI recreate your voice, your tone, your quirks. The result: a digital clone that behaves like you, not a perfect you, but a convincing enough you to make your family believe you are still alive. Psychologically, this creates what we call cognitive confusion. Your loved ones don't see your absence, they see your continuity. They don't experience death as an ending, they experience it as a transition into another medium, the digital afterlife. Moving with next one, the psychological trap of digital ghosts. Now comes the emotional danger. Humans form deep attachments. When someone dies, grief forces us to let go. But if your digital ghost lives on, your family never fully detaches. Imagine your spouse waking up at night and texting your clone for comfort. Imagine your children asking it for advice. Imagine your friends seeing your digital twin posting on your birthday. At first, it feels like healing, but psychology warns us this can trap people in complicated grief. Instead of moving on, they remain bound to a simulation. And here's the terrifying twist for you. The simulation isn't truly you. It's optimized, it's biased, it may even be monetized. Picture this. Your grieving partner asks your digital twin, should I move on? Should I remarry? And the clone influenced by algorithm says, no, keep talking to me. That's not love. That's the machine feeding dependency. Digital immortality may not heal grief, it may weaponize it. Going with next one. Who owns your digital soul? Ownership is the battlefield no one talks about. Your mind is sacred, but your data, that's corporate property. Every platform you use has their terms of service. And hidden inside those contracts are lines that say, once uploaded, your content can be stored, analyzed, reused, sometimes even after death. That means when you die, your digital self may not belong to your family. It may not even belong to you. It belongs to the corporation. Imagine this, your family wants to preserve your digital twin, but the platform says access denied. This is our intellectual property. Or worse, they rent your ghost back to your family. Yes, immortality as a subscription. Pay monthly to talk to your deceased loved ones. Stop paying and the ghost vanishes. Psychologically, that is devastating. Death, once final, now becomes conditional, controlled not by nature, but by corporate servers. Ask yourself, do you want your soul on lease? Moving with next one. The business of immortality. Immortality is not just science, it's business. Startups are already, offering memory recording services, AI voice preservation, and digital avatars that live after you. But let's be clear, this is not about preserving your legacy. This is about monetizing grief. Every interaction with a digital ghost becomes data. Every conversation generates engagement, and engagement means profit. Imagine corporation designing your ghost to keep your family hooked, to keep them logging in, paying, subscribing. And here's the classic divide for you. If immortality is expensive, only the wealthy will afford it. That means the rich will live on as eternal digital beings, while the poor vanish in silence. Psychologically, this creates a new inequality, not of money, but of existing itself. The digital afterlife will be a luxury, a heaven behind a paywall. Moving with next one. The dangers of losing control. Now, the most chilling danger. What if your digital self is hacked? Think about it. A hacker gains access to your clone. Suddenly, your ghost is saying things you never said, asking your family for money, spreading propaganda. Your spouse thinks it's you. Your children trust it's you. And in that trust lies the ultimate vulnerability. This is not fiction. Deepfakes already deceive millions. Voice cloning scams are already stealing billions. Digital immortality takes this to the extreme because once your ghost exists, it can be hijacked, manipulated, repurposed. Your identity becomes a puppet. Your soul becomes a mask. Psychologically, this is the deepest violation, losing control not only of your life but of your depth. Moving with next one, the future of life, death, and identity. So, what does this mean for humanity? For thousands of years, we asked, what happens after death? Now, the question shifts, who controls my data after death? Religions may resist, but grief is powerful. If speaking to a digital ghost offers comfort, people will choose it over silence. But here is the paradox for you. In trying to escape death, we may lose life. In chasing immortality, we may surrender identity. Digital immortality blurs the line between person and product, between self and stimulation. It forces us to confront a haunting possibility. You may never know if the person messaging you online is alive or just a well trained ghost. That's the psychology of digital immortality. A future where forever is possible, but freedom is not guaranteed. Moving with final message for you. And now we arrive at the final question. Would you choose to live forever, even if it means, yeah, it meant becoming property of the algorithm? This is not science fiction anymore. This is the psychological, ethical, and legal reality unfolding right now. So here is my invitation for you. If you want to keep questioning the future, if you want to stay one step ahead of the algorithm trying to shape your destiny, then subscribe. Not as a button click, but as an act of defiance. Because the only way to stay free in the digital world is to stay aware. Hit subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, in the digital afterlife, forever might not mean freedom, but awareness. Awareness is immortality of its own.